Hey everyone, Jeremy here for BlackVue, and today I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the BlackVue Elite 8. First of all, let's look at what's in the box. Here you've got this new packaging. You can see here you have the QR code that you can scan to download the BlackVue app, so it's a good idea to start with that. So let's take it out, and you'll see, first thing you see is the dash cam with the front and the rear camera. So let's take them out like this. So you've got the front camera and the rear camera, and they are both recording in 2K QHD resolution. So next, let's have a look at the accessories that you will find inside of the packaging. So starting with a little quick start guide here. It gives you the instructions to get started installing your dashcam, starting with downloading the BlackVue app. Next, let's see what we have. We have cables, including this USB-C cable. It's the power cable that will power your dashcam with a USB-C port. But in case you don't have a USB-C port, we also included a dongle, a little adapter that will connect to the Cigarlighter power adapter of any older vehicle, and also gives you two Type-C ports here, so you can both power the dashcam and also charge your phone, for example. So there you have it with the power accessories, and because this is a two-channel dashcam, you also have the coaxial cable. This coaxial cable will connect the front and the rear camera, and it's a new coaxial cable actually with a 6 gigabps speed to support the higher resolution of the rear camera. And finally, you have this little bag with extra stickers to reinstall the camera if you want, as well as a pry tool to help you run the cables in your car. And of course the micro SD card, which is here, which you need to insert in the front camera before getting started. So that's it for the what's in the box part of this video. Next, we are going to go over the main features of the Elite 8. The BlackVue Elite 8 brings some new features, some of them never seen in any BlackVue dashcam before. The first feature is it's a 2K dashcam. Traditionally, BlackVue has had Full HD or 4K dashcams, but it's actually the first 2K dashcam that BlackVue releases internationally. What makes it stand out? It has dual HDR, so that means you have HDR recording on both the front and the rear camera. And what HDR allows in this case is having the perfect exposure both in bright and dark areas. So you can imagine if you're driving at night and you have a car in front of you with your headlights on, the license plate might be almost invisible or white, but because of HDR, it will balance the exposure properly to give you a clear image. On top of this, the second key feature of this Elite is low light clarity. So not only is exposing perfectly in both dark and bright areas, it's also really good at low light. And perhaps here I should say, sometimes you have to, think about resolution. Of course, 4K is always higher resolution, but with a slightly lower resolution, what you gain is usually better low light sensitivity. So it's kind of a trade-off, but I would say in terms of a dashcam that you will use every day, having this low light clarity is really a plus, even if you might not have the higher resolution of a 4K dashcam. Also, not only that, but think about the file size. It's going to be more manageable, and that means you can record for longer with a smaller micro SD card. And also, I would just recommend you to check some of our comparison videos or our sample clips that we've put on our channel if you're not convinced of what I'm saying. Now for the third key feature of the Elite 8 is the power saving parking mode. In power saving parking mode, your dash cam is in standby mode and only uses less than 1 milliamp of current and can wake up in case of impact or like vibration detected. It can wake up in under 1 second. So think about it. Normally, a regular dash cam in parking mode will consume about, it will draw about 200 to 300, even more milliamp of current. And this dash cam only draws less than 1 milliamp. That means, especially if you combine it with this ultra battery, for example, you will get possibly weeks or months of parking mode protection. Now, in this mode, of course, it doesn't have this buffered recording. However, as I said, waking up in less than 1 second means you're bound to catch everything that happens no matter what. And on top of that, it's also compatible partly with BlackVue Cloud, meaning that while it's in standby mode, you won't be able to connect and check on your dash cam. But if you have this auto upload, auto backup feature activated, once it's awakened by an impact, it will automatically upload the footage to the cloud and then go back to sleep. So this is really a standout feature of the Elite 8, and I'm sure a lot of you, just for this feature, for example, if you go on a trip and you want to leave your vehicle, parked at the airport, or if your vehicle is going to be parked for a long time outside, it's really great to know that your dash cam, no matter what, no matter how long you go, is going to be there protecting your car. Now for the fourth key feature, is somewhat related to this new power saving mode because it's the high temperature tolerance of the Elite 8. Elite 8 models, like our other dash cams, have this overheat protection feature. That means if it overheats, it's not gonna catch fire in your car, but it's gonna shut down automatically to preserve itself and the recordings. But now the reason it might overheat is because it's running, right? But with the power saving mode, because it draws so little power, it's bound to run really cool even in the hottest weather. And that means combined with power saving mode, this heat protection feature is really fantastic to make sure that even in the hottest weather, your dash cam will protect your vehicle. All right, now let's go over the accessories that you might want to get along with your Elite 8 dash cam. One of the first accessories you might want to get is the CPL filter. So this circular polarizing filter attaches to the front camera, and what it does is minimize all typically the reflections of your dashboard into the windshield of your car. And that happens generally when you live in a sunny area and you're driving against the sun. So with this CPL filter, you can just simply attach it. Make sure to orient it. You have a little dot under the filter that you have to line up with the bottom of the lens. And if you want to change the amount of reflection that gets removed from the image, basically change the intensity of the effect, simply rotate it like this. So that's for the CPL filter. The next thing you might want to get is really optional, but it can be really handy to have this button. It's a remote button that uses Bluetooth, and then it can trigger manual events so that if you want to mark a specific file while you're driving without leaving your hands from the wheel, you can install this button next to your steering wheel, and then with this button you can trigger an event. So handy little accessory here. And then next is this tamper-proof case. It's actually a tamper-proof mount, as you can see. It will replace the mount of your dash cam. And then what it does is it attaches like this. You have screws, and it will block the access to the side button of the dash cam and also the cables, so nobody can, suddenly, pull the cables or access the micro SD card, for example. And additionally, it can let you fix the angle of the camera as well with a screw. So that's the tamper-proof mount that you can also find on the BlackVue online store. The next accessory you might be interested in purchasing with your Elite 8 is this hardwire kit. This is the cable, which has this really nice design, which makes it really easy to connect with the provided few steps. So actually, when you get this hardware kit, you don't get just this cable, you get also the pry tool and 5 different few step kits. So the few steps, there's 2 of each, so you get a total of 10 few steps basically that can easily connect to these cables here. So that will allow you to connect to your fuse box. That means it will give power to your dash cam even after you turn off the car. That's the whole point of parking mode, and that's how you will be able to use either the new power saving mode or the standard parking mode provided by the Elite 8 models. And finally, one of the most recommended accessories when you get a BlackVue dashcam, if you want the maximum protection when your car is parked, this is the accessory you should pick, which is the Ultra battery, the B130A. This battery charges as you drive in about an hour or less and provides hours of parking mode protection over between like 12 to 20 hours depending on the model you use. And that's just talking about the regular parking mode. But if you use the power saving mode with this, you might actually get multiple weeks or even months of parking mode protection. Now, if you want the simplest accessory to use parking mode, this is the OBD2 power cable. It's really simple. You just plug it into the OBD2 port of your car. It's compatible with most cars on the market, and then you just plug this end into the dash cam and you're good to go. Finally, if you're looking to use BlackVue Cloud, I really recommend using the CM100G LTE, the LTE connectivity module from BlackVue, which connects to your dashcam and takes a SIM card with a data plan so that your dashcam can connect to BlackVue Cloud. All these accessories are available online on BlackVue.com, so just visit BlackVue.com and you will find everything that I'm showing you here. And next, let's talk about, for existing users who already have a BlackVue dashcam, let's see what accessories you might want to reuse or have to replace when you buy this Elite 8. Let's talk first about the power cables. So all the power cables of the past dashcams will work on the Elite 8. Provided you have any of the X series models released in the past 5 years or so, it will work. Now you have to ask yourself the question, do I need parking mode? And in that case, you need to check how your dashcam, your current dashcam is connected for parking mode. If you're using hardwiring, no problem. If you're using, however, the cigarette lighter socket, then you will have to replace the cable to make sure the new cable is hardwired, or you're using the OBD2 power cable or this new B130A battery. Now about the video cables. If you have the 590X or any of these 590W or previous models, you will have to replace the cable because it's a different type. The 590 model used the analog type of cables, but this is a coaxial cable. But what about if you have already a coaxial cable for your rear camera connection? Well, you will see this new cable looks almost identical. However, it's been upgraded. It's a faster cable. It's a 6 Gbps cable compared to the 3 Gbps cable of previous models. So if you connect your old cable, it might work. If it's a coaxial cable, it might work. However, we really recommend upgrading to the new one for the most reliability when recording. Thank you all for watching. If you need any information or you want to purchase the new Elite 8, check the link in the description.